All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Yvonne Chia. I'm head of communication at USDD. It's a real pleasure to be here to share with everyone about USDD 2.0 and what we have termed Stablecoins 2.0. So USDD 2.0 was launched in January this year, and with our protocol upgrade, we have now, revolutionized what USDD is. And with Stablecoins 2.0, it refers to what we see as a very exciting transformation that's happening across the stablecoin landscape. USDD 2.0 and Stablecoins 2.0, I'm going to be talking about these two transformations today. So let's start with the bigger picture, stablecoins 2.0, right? That's what we're all here for, the transformation of stablecoins. And if we look back, stablecoins used to be a pretty simple, pretty passive sort of asset. It's quite easy to understand. But today, they've become something a lot more powerful. And their purposes, their possibilities, all that have evolved and are continuing to be redefined. So let's look at Stablecoins 1.0 first. They started out with just two sort of main purposes. First, they just had to hold the peg to whatever fiat currency, be a safe place to hedge against market volatility. Secondly, they had to be an instrument to move money across exchanges very quickly for payments and settlements. Simple. Then came this paradigm shift, in 2.0. Users weren't satisfied with stablecoins just holding their value anymore. They wanted it to do more. They wanted them to increase in value, to generate revenue, to get returns. And this was what led to Stablecoins 2.0. And Athena's USDE, who was just on stage just now, was one of the first yield-bearing stablecoins that really became very popular. And they were very successful, but they had a pretty single strategy approach, a very narrow approach to yield, which worked very well, but in a way, it's also fragile. So when it doesn't work, it does open itself up to risk. So USDD wants to push the stablecoin frontier even further. We focus on yield, but we also want to be involved in payments and settlements. We want to thrive in all sorts of different ways. Think of it like a Swiss Army knife. We want to be a multi-purpose tool. And secondly, in terms of yield generation, we want to go beyond single source yield. We want something that is diversified, that is sustainable, that can work out long term. And this transformation is huge, from stablecoins 1.0 to 2.0. Nowadays, stablecoins are not just a one-dimensional asset. We are creating an entire DeFi infrastructure layer. Now let's talk about USDD 2.0. So in light of the stablecoin transformation comes USDD's our own little transformation as well. Our protocol upgrade in January this year brought about various key changes. We have four that I want to focus on today. So firstly, what's new with USDD, right? One of them is that in the past, USDD old or USDD 1.0, it was managed by Tron DAO. In contrast, USDD 2.0 gives full control to the users, so living up to our name, decentralization. This empowers users and it also strengthens the decentralized governance framework. Secondly, USDD 2.0 transitioned fully on-chain. Everything is transparent, publicly verifiable. All collateral is available to be checked by users on our website. This not only builds trust, but it also enables efficient risk controls. Thirdly, we launched Smart Allocator earlier this year in June. Smart Allocator is our investment protocol. It is fully on-chain, again, transparent, risk-controlled. It allows us to generate yield independently, so moving away from subsidies and creating something that's more sustainable, that is long-term and economically viable. USDD offers a very high APY of 20% at our peak, and Smart Allocator returns are very instrumental in funding this high APY. Last but not least, number 4, we have multi-chain native development. We were first launched on Tron, but last month we were natively deployed on Ethereum, and this was really successful. We reached 8 million TVL in just less than 4 days. The next native deployment we're looking at will be BNB Chain, happening very soon, and we will continue to expand in this way. So how USDD 2.0 stands out, I'm going to end here with 3 ways that USDD 2.0 is pushing the definition of stablecoins 2.0. So first, the CDP model. We have a very robust CDP model. Users can mint USDD using sTRX with different vaults at different minimum collateral ratios. So especially worthy of note is the second line here, which is, I think, something that's pretty unique about USDD. So if you use your sTRX and you stake it, you get sTRX, you get one layer of staking rewards. Then you use your sTRX to mint USDD, you get a second layer of rewards that's about 12 to 20%. So this yield stacking approach allows users to multiply their yield and to maximize their returns. And this collateralization model has worked very well for USDD so far. We have maintained over-collateralization since our upgrade, 100%. And in fact, the latest quarter-over-quarter data showed that we have a strengthening collateral ratio, in fact, where collateral value was growing by 5%, while supply was growing by 3%. All right, second point about how USDD stands out is our two-pronged approach to peg stability. So firstly, we have the PSM, the peg stability module. This allows users to swap USDD with other stablecoins at a 1-to-1 ratio. So why is this important? When there are periods of volatility, so when there are changes in the market value, this mechanism helps to regulate liquidity and to naturally create arbitrage opportunities, which will bring the price back to peg. And secondly, the second prong of this is that we have a liquidation and auction process. So if a user's vault falls below the collateral ratio, the system will automatically liquidate the vault. And this causes a public auction and returns the peg back to stability without needing any kind of manual intervention from the protocol. And lastly, we have Smart Allocator and USDD Earn. This creates like a self-sustaining cycle that is able to generate sustainable growth. So how does this work? On the left, we have Smart Allocator. We deploy capital from USDD's cash reserves into investment opportunities. This generates returns and in terms of interest and platform rewards. And these returns then come back and power USDD Earn. So USDD Earn is this mechanism where USDD stakers on DeFi protocols and sUSDD holders, they can deposit their USDD back into the ecosystem, and this creates growth. So you see this creates a self-strengthening cycle, right? So we have capital, it generates returns. The returns go to the users as user earnings, and these earnings go back into the system when users participate in it, and this creates a cycle. So what this means for USDD and the community is that growth is able to sustain over the long term. Now, I'll end with an old phrase that I think we're all quite familiar with, right? When it comes to the crypto world, I think this old saying is very true: change is the only constant. Markets will always shift, technologies will change, user needs will develop. And USDD embodies this principle. We have changed from like a simple stablecoin, USDD 1.0, to something that is fully decentralized, transparent, yield-bearing, sustainable. And this is something that we want to continue doing, to be ready for change. And this is the only way to be truly ready for the crypto world, we believe, by not just embracing change, but to lead it. And this is something that we at USDD hope to achieve in the coming years. Thank you very much.